Assuming that Donald Trump does not get any delays in the upcoming criminal trial in Manhattan, he is scheduled to report to court on March 25th, where they will begin jury selection, followed immediately by the beginning of the trial. And, according to new reports, both Donald Trump's lawyers and Donald Trump's presidential campaign are both terrified that the former president is going to, as they put it, talk himself into a mess. Now, let me read you this. Per written communications obtained by Rolling Stone, these figures from Trump's legal world and Trump's campaign world have been in touch with one another, suggesting that they have been tag-teaming efforts to cautiously corral Trump into sticking to an extremely toned-down approach to this trial, with one Trump advisor saying this is necessary to, quote, prevent him from talking his way into a mess. Another said that they are desperate for Trump to prove the media wrong and give them nothing to work with by going off script in the courtroom. Now, here's the problem. Even Alan Dershowitz, who has kind of emerged as a vocal yet still somewhat closeted Donald Trump supporter, even Dershowitz is out there saying things like, actually, this is an exact quote. He said, the Trump team ought to assume that there is going to be a criminal conviction. It's a terrible case, in my opinion, but any first-year law student could win a prosecution against Donald Trump in Manhattan, so they're going to have to assume that they're going to lose this case in front of a jury. Now, as we all know, polls have shown, and this is also mentioned, by the Trump people, like polls show he gets a single criminal conviction, we're done in the general election. So that's why the Trump campaign people are freaking out. That's why they want the lawyers to corral him and don't let him go off the rails. Don't let him piss off the jury. Don't let him piss off the judge. Don't let him give the media any sound bites that are going to come back and hurt him in this campaign, right? We get a conviction and our jobs are done. And the lawyers, on the other hand, understand, hey, well, it's our job to get this guy off the hook, to get the jury to come back and say not guilty. So we need the campaign people to talk to him and be like, listen, you got to tone it down, because if you do not tone it down, if you're on Truth Social every night attacking the judge, attacking, Alvin Bragg, the prosecutor, or even attacking what the jury looks like, you're screwed. And you're going to lose the case. And it's not just about electoral politics at that point. This case could carry a jail sentence. That's a real possibility. I didn't say probability, I said possibility. Keep that in mind. So both of these sides, the lawyers and the campaign people, are telling one another, like, you've got to do your job and keep them subdued. And they're like, wait, but your job, like, you got to do it so we don't have to do it. So neither side knows which side is actually supposed to subdue him and not let him be crazy, but it doesn't matter whose job it is because they're going to fail. We have seen it time and time again. We know how Donald Trump behaves when he's on trial. We've seen it too many times to think that, oh, okay, this one's going to be the one where Trump acts like a grown-up. No, it's not. That's not going to happen ever. Trump is going to be his usual obnoxious self. It has not worked out well for him in any of the other trials that he has been in. Granted, those were civil trials, not criminal. This one's actually going to be worse, because the judge has already put, kind of the temporary gag order in there, or at least the gag order has been requested, I should say. And so if the gag order is granted, Trump is going to be screwed, because if he goes home, gets on Truth Social, starts attacking people in the courtroom, he's going to be held in contempt and probably thrown in jail for a night or two. And I don't know that that's going to sit well with the voters either. And it sure as hell isn't going to look good in front of a jury. So is Trump going to behave himself? Is he going to be controlled by either his campaign or his lawyers? Probably not. And in this case, he's going to pay for it with more than just a $15,000 fine like with Engeron's case. He could pay for it with a night in jail, and that is going to be an optic that every adversarial anti-Trump campaign will be using from now until Election Day.